Hey Clashers, Billius here. Play like a wizard. Hey guys, before I start with the Town Hall 11 Lavaloonion video, I'd like to congratulate Savage 8.9, a clan of Town Hall 9s and 8s. They have the first Town Hall 8 in Legend that has been recorded, as far as I know. So congratulations to BPI. She doesn't speak English. I dropped by, she wasn't online, or I would have recorded the attack. But apparently it was an attack against a Farm War Alliance troll base. But nonetheless, she got there through perseverance and skill, and she has my utmost respect. I've had different subscribers asking me to post some air attacks, and at this point, dragons and baby dragons haven't completed their upgrades at Town Hall 11. But what I thought I would do is showcase a strategy that can be used in pushing up through Titan and Legend, and I'm going to highlight one of the clanmates that is using this method, Arctic Wombat. Personally, I'm more of a ground specialist, and I've also pushed to Legend with dragons back in February, but I really am not very good at Lavaloonion, so I'm going to defer to input that Wombat gave me on this attack. But you probably know on my channel I'm more interested in bringing attack methods that can be used by the everyday Town Hall 11 player and can be learned relatively quickly. So that's what I'm attempting to do today, bring you an intro to 2-star pushing at Town Hall 11. It's really an attack that needs some practice in friendly challenges, but I'm going to lay out some of the basics so that when you start off looking at these replays, you'll be looking for certain things. First of all, there's a golden rule. Some of these tips are pretty obvious, but let's go through them quickly. You clearly don't want loons, which are slow to begin with, going head-on against air sweepers. A golden rule in a lot of Lavaloonion strategy is to bring one more hound than the number of air defenses you're going after. And in this case, to achieve a 2-star attack, you want to bring 3 hounds. You want to be able to deal with at least 2 air defenses. Pre-planning your attack is critical. You want to decide where you need your freezes. Look for clusters of high damage defenses, such as a grouping of an Inferno with an air sweeper and air defense. As you'll see in Wombat's attacks, if you can pick off an isolated wizard tower or archer tower with 2 to 3 loons, that will help your attack. And make sure you angle your hounds so they cross in front of the defenses and draw out any seeking air mines and other air traps. Choosing where to place your rages is critical in these attacks and takes practice and experience. But as a general rule, you want to make sure you have a rage available when your loons are facing heavy fire and getting mauled, such as Infernos, air defenses, and wizard towers in some cases. The next tip is a bit risky and it's more advanced, but on some ring or island bases, if you send in a hound where there are 2 air defenses with 5 loons, you can achieve a break in the ring, which will then help the rest of your attack get to the core. You want to save some wall breakers so your heroes can go in and snipe the town hall after the loons have cleared roughly 1/3 to half of the base. Look out for these tips as we go through the replays, and let me turn over now to the army comp that Wombat is using. Again, this army comp is suggested for a 2-star attack approach. It's not the type of comp you might have if you're going after a 3-star or you're customizing an attack against a war base. I'll let you read it, but there are options on this, flexibility. You can choose to bring more minions. You can drop the hog and try something else to help the heroes. You might even want to bring a couple of hogs to be able to lure a clan castle, because the clan castle troops and the queen represent 2 of the key threats against a Lavaloonion attack. As far as spells, some might choose to drop a rage and add a couple of haste spells, because speeding up the loons helps to counter their greatest weakness, which is the slow speed of a loon. The loons already have a pretty good damage potential against defenses, so it's the speed, and so therefore the haste is pretty valuable. 2 frees are pretty essential against Town Hall 11 bases, especially against the Infernals. And lastly, you want to make sure you have poisons on board. There's nothing worse than a clan castle taking out your loons. I'm going to slow down the start of this first attack against a difficult island base. Watch Wombat come in from the southwest. He's going to start with his 3 hounds, all going against a single air defense, which isn't always the case. In normal motion, you would see these loons drop very quickly behind the hounds in a straight line, with the warden and the minions drop very quickly as well. Speed is essential. Now notice the clumps of loons in the corners and how the rages are placed. Placing the rages in the corners like this helps to create a funnel, because those loons are taking out those buildings faster than the ones in the center. And by doing that, you create a situation where there's a greater opportunity for the loons to head towards the island town hall, or in this case, minions. Minions are going after that king, and then they're going to proceed towards the town hall. Now the warden has already used its ability to help protect the loons on the left. Wombat hasn't even used his king and queen yet. He'll use those as cleanup. But if the town hall had not been taken down, you can see where he would have used the wall breakers to hopefully crack into the base, or let the king under rage break through a wall, reach the town hall, and get the 2 stars. Some players have no doubt noticed that this base is not that easy to 2-star with a ground attack. It's pretty maxed. In fact, you'll see a lot of expos maxed out, even set to air, and despite that, you get a 2-star attack with this approach. So good attack by Wombat. Didn't need his heroes. That's always a good sign. And the minions really came in handy at the end with the pups. They can always go there and take out the town hall as well. Now this attack is going to highlight a few of the basic tips that I talked about. First of all, we're going to see a couple loons used to take out an isolated wizard tower, but it also lures the clan castle troops. And here comes the hounds now from the same side as before. A very nice line of loons drop very quickly along with the warden, and now the minions are going to start working on some of those buildings. Notice the rages. If you can rage the pups, that's even better. Now one advantage of these hounds being near the queen is that the raged pups can help take her out, as you see here. And together with the freeze on the clan castle, that was very effective. Plus the freeze at the back really helped out the loons. And of course a rage in the core. And the Grand Warden ability, if you rewind, really helped out the loons on the left take out that infernal together with the rage. Notice that the expos were on ground, as a lot of bases are nowadays up in Legend, and that's a real advantage for this style of attack. Now here comes the wall breakers. Since that one compartment was already cracked open, they're going to head directly to the core. And Wombat's bringing his king in behind, and he'll use his ability to make sure the king takes down the town hall while those skellies are attacking him. Notice he didn't even need the queen. The queen's going to come in from the right hand side, snipe a few more buildings, although really there's no chance at a 3-star. And there's an example of a hog helping out with the queen, taking out that archer tower. I think that's a good example of what Lavaloonion can accomplish against a legend base that's fairly well developed. In this attack, Wombat's going to start off by picking off a couple of archer towers. So here's some surgical loons. Now 2 won't be enough, so he'll send in a 3rd to finish off that tower. You can see the tower is within range of that wizard tower. And then on the other side, a similar thing, bringing in a couple loons. After that's done, he'll come in from the northwest side with his main attack. Despite the fact that that air sweeper is sort of angled to slow things down a bit, but it's close enough to the edge that he can deal with it. And here we go. There'll be a rage there on the right. There's some pups from a hound. Freezes will cross the base. There's the second freeze. Another rage, then a rage at the town hall. And in a compact base like this, there's a very good chance that the loons are going to hit towards the town hall. So that means another stage to the attack is coming. And notice the long compartment from the western side. He's going to crack that open, send in his queen. There's the wall breakers, and now the queen's going to go in. He could have brought his king in to act as a meat shield for the queen as well, but he's chosen to use some more wall breakers down at that south cannon and take his king in there. Here's a hog. Doesn't do too much, but the clan castle's out, but just a little too late. There goes the town hall, and there's a 2-star against a Titan 2 base. Well, for the fourth attack, I want to show what happens when you don't bring your Grand Warden. This is against a Nemesis type of base, and here comes the standard approach. Again with rages in the two corners, and then another rage near that Infernal in the center. As I said, there's no Warden to help protect the loons. And the heroes really aren't in play. Pups under rage, nice freezes for the Inferno and also for the back. And the minions and pups are going to win this star. There they go. Taking down the town hall. Very nice. So if you wondered how important the Grand Warden is, yes, it's important, but it's not critical. And here's a perfect example. Well done, Wombat. Thank you for letting us share some of your attacks. We don't have many air attackers. I don't bring many air attack replays into my channel, so I thought I'd show air some love. And to wrap up, I'm going to show one more attack, this one against my Legend base. This Legend base has proven very difficult to 2-star, but this attacker has done it using Lavaloonion, so let's take a look. First of all, he's going to use his heroes up on the east side and go after the air defense and possibly the eagle. There's the wall breakers, bringing in his king and queen. And with the king's ability. Now unfortunately, he's not going to achieve his goal with the kill squad, and he's going to put himself a bit at risk of getting the town hall if he needs the heroes later on in the attack. But they do help to create a bit of a funnel. Now here comes a similar attack to what Arctic Wombat was using. He's bringing less loons and more minions, but the same basic idea. Now there's some pups. He's got his rages down, and notice my queen is taking out loons as fast as she can, but the minions help out as well as the pups. There's a nice rage and poison heading towards the town hall with a freeze as well. And that lava hound heading over to the other side. They took out that Inferno. Now they're working on the town hall. And he did a great job considering he used his heroes at the front end of the attack and took the risk of having his minions take out an island town hall. So it worked out well for him. Good attack. I give him credit. I don't like losing all that loot, but sometimes you gotta let somebody beat you. Well, I hope you enjoyed these examples of 2-starring with Lavaloonion using 3 hounds up in Titan and Legend. Talk to you later. You can support my channel by subscribing and clicking like if you enjoyed the video. I've recommended a few videos here, but remember my video library has over 100 videos on all sorts of topics and strategies, so be sure to check it out. Play like a wizard!